My name is David, and for the longest time everyone thought I was a complete pushover. My wife Sarah, her friends, even my own brother. They all saw me as this pathetic guy who couldn't stand up for himself. "David's such a nice guy," they'd say with that condescending smile. Too nice for his own good. What they didn't understand was that I wasn't weak. I was just observing, collecting information, waiting for the right moment. It all started when Sarah began working for this tech startup. Suddenly, she was always at team meetings and corporate events. Her boss, Michael Rodriguez, was this smooth-talking guy in his 40s, married with 2 kids, but apparently that didn't stop him from playing games. "You're being paranoid, David," Sarah would laugh when I asked about her late nights. "Michael's just a mentor. You wouldn't understand. You've never been ambitious like that." Her friends would giggle behind their wine glasses. Poor David, so insecure. Sarah deserves better than someone who questions her success. Even my own brother Jake rolled his eyes. "Dude, you're acting like a jealous teenager. Trust your wife or don't, but stop whining about it." So I stopped whining. I stopped asking questions. I just watched. The company retreat to Miami was supposedly mandatory for all senior staff. Sarah packed her bags with more care than she'd shown getting ready for our own anniversary. "It's just business, David. Don't be weird about it." I watched her Instagram stories throughout the weekend. Fancy restaurants, beach clubs, group photos, where she always seemed to be standing suspiciously close to Michael. But the final photo, that's what broke me. There she was, in a tiny red bikini I'd never seen before, pressed against Michael in the hotel pool. His arm was around her waist, her hand on his chest, both of them laughing like they were sharing the world's most intimate joke. The caption read, "Team bonding at its finest. Company retreat. Living my best life." When she came home Sunday night, I was waiting in the kitchen. "We need to talk about that photo," I said quietly. Sarah barely looked up from her phone. "What photo?" "You know exactly which one." She sighed dramatically. "Oh, that? David, seriously? It's called networking. It's called having fun with colleagues. If you're jealous, that's your issue, not mine." "So, you're telling me there's nothing inappropriate about that picture?" "Inappropriate?" She laughed. Actually laughed. "God, David, you sound like my father. We're adults. We're professionals. Just because you're stuck in some boring middle management job doesn't mean the rest of us can't enjoy success." That stung. I'd been supporting her career for years, taking on extra household responsibilities so she could chase her dreams. "I'm not jealous, Sarah." "Right," she smirked. "You're just concerned. You're just looking out for me. Face it, David. You're threatened because your wife is finally achieving something, and you can't handle it." Her phone buzzed. She glanced at it and smiled. The same smile from the pool photo. "I have to take this call. Try not to be such a loser while I'm gone, okay?" She walked out to the patio, and I could hear her laughing softly into the phone. No, he's just being his usual pathetic self. I know, right? Some men just can't handle confident women." That's when I realized I wasn't her husband anymore. I was just an obstacle to her new life. You know what's funny about being called weak for so long? Eventually you start to embrace it. People underestimate you. They get careless. They make mistakes. I spent the next week being the perfect, pathetic husband everyone expected me to be. I made dinner, did laundry, asked no questions. Sarah interpreted this as victory. "See? I knew you'd come to your senses," she said, patting my cheek like I was a dog who'd finally learned to sit. But while she was busy celebrating her conquest, I was busy doing research. Michael Rodriguez wasn't hard to find online. Married to Elena Rodriguez, a pediatric nurse, 2 daughters, ages 8 and 12. They lived in a beautiful house in the suburbs, posted family photos on Facebook, looked like the perfect family. Elena's profile was public. She posted about her daughter's soccer games, her work at the children's hospital, her pride in her amazing husband who works so hard to provide for our family. I screenshotted everything. The pool photo, Sarah's other Instagram posts from the weekend, messages I'd found on her laptop when she carelessly left it open. Messages that made it very clear this wasn't just networking. Can't wait to see you again soon. David suspects nothing. He's too spineless to do anything anyway. Your wife doesn't appreciate you like I do. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. On Thursday evening, I created a simple email account and crafted a message to Elena Rodriguez. Dear Mrs. Rodriguez, my name is David. You don't know me, but I believe you should know where your husband spent last weekend. I'm not writing this to hurt you, but because I think you deserve the truth. I've attached several photos and screenshots. I'm truly sorry you have to see this. Best regards, someone who understands. I attached everything. The pool photo, the private messages, other pictures from the retreat weekend. Then I hit send. Within 2 hours, my phone was ringing. David! David, what the hell did you do? Sarah's voice was shaking. Michael's wife is going crazy. She's posting things on Facebook. She's calling the office. What are you talking about? I asked innocently. Don't play dumb with me. Someone sent Elena those photos. She's threatening to come to our office tomorrow. Michael is freaking out. Sounds like a tough situation, I said calmly. Want me to make you some tea? This isn't funny. My career could be ruined. People are already talking. I thought you said there was nothing inappropriate about those photos. Silence. Sarah, if there was nothing wrong, why are you so worried? You son of a bitch, she whispered. It was you, wasn't it? I have no idea what you mean. But we both knew the truth. The next day was even better than I'd imagined. Sarah left for work in a panic, wearing a conservative blazer and looking like she hadn't slept. I decided to work from home. Wouldn't want to miss the show. By 10 a.m., my phone was buzzing with updates. Elena Rodriguez had indeed shown up at Sarah's office. Security had to escort her out, but not before she'd caused quite a scene in the lobby, shouting about home-wrecking sluts and cheating bastards. The local gossip network was working overtime. Jake called me around noon. Dude, did you hear about Sarah's work drama? Someone's wife went nuclear at her office? Really? That's terrible, I said, making my voice sound appropriately concerned. Yeah, apparently there's some scandal with her boss. People are saying there might be an investigation. Sarah came home at 3 p.m. She'd been sent home pending review. Her face was blotchy from crying, her perfect makeup smeared. They suspended Michael, she said without looking at me. HR is doing a full investigation. Everyone's talking. Everyone knows. Knows what? I asked, still playing innocent. Stop it! She screamed. Just stop pretending you don't know what you did. Sarah, I literally have no idea what... You sent those photos to Elena. Did I? Prove it. She stared at me like she was seeing me for the first time. You're not the man I married. No, I agreed. I'm not the pathetic pushover you thought you married. Turns out I'm something much worse. The next few days were a masterpiece of chaos. Elena Rodriguez had filed for separation and frozen their joint accounts. Michael was facing termination. The company was conducting interviews with everyone who'd attended the Miami retreat. Sarah had been placed on administrative leave while they investigated. Her colleagues, who'd once praised her ambition, were now distancing themselves from the scandal. Friday night, she finally snapped. You destroyed my life, she screamed, throwing her phone at the wall. I worked for years to build my career, and you destroyed it in one night. I didn't destroy anything, I said calmly. I just shared some photos that you posted publicly. If that destroyed your life, maybe the problem wasn't the photos. You know exactly what you did. You're sick. You're twisted. Am I? Or am I just not the weak little man you thought you could walk all over? She was crying now, mascara running down her cheeks. Michael's wife is taking everything. His kids won't talk to him. His career is over. And whose fault is that, Sarah? We never even slept together. It was just flirting. It was just attention. Just attention, I repeated. Just disrespecting your husband publicly. Just emotional cheating. Just humiliating me in front of everyone we know. I never meant for it to go this far. But you did mean to make me feel like a loser. You did mean to let your friends mock me. You did mean to find someone better than your pathetic husband. She collapsed into the chair, sobbing. What do you want from me? An apology? I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I don't want your apology, Sarah. It's too late for that. Then what do you want? I looked at this woman who'd spent months making me feel worthless, who'd laughed about my pathetic nature to her affair partner, who'd convinced everyone around us that I was weak and jealous and controlling. I want you to understand something, I said quietly. You spent so long calling me weak that you forgot weak men don't survive 15 years in corporate America. You thought I was pathetic, but pathetic men don't quietly gather evidence for months. You called me a loser, but losers don't win games this thoroughly. What are you saying? I'm saying you mistook kindness for weakness. You mistook patience for stupidity, and that mistake cost you everything. She stared at me with something like fear in her eyes. Who are you? I'm the man you created, I said. You wanted a villain so badly that you made one. Congratulations, Sarah. You got exactly what you deserved. Chapter 7. The Sweet Taste of Victory. 2 weeks later, Sarah moved out. The company had terminated both her and Michael due to violations of professional conduct policies. Elena Rodriguez had filed for divorce and was seeking full custody of their daughters. My brother Jake came over with beer and apologies. Man, I had no idea how bad things had gotten. I'm sorry I called you paranoid. It's fine, I said. You believed what she wanted you to believe. Still, what you did was pretty intense. Sending those photos to his wife? That's some next-level revenge shit. Was it revenge? I asked. Or was it just consequences? What's the difference? Revenge is what weak people fantasize about. Consequences are what strong people deliver. Sarah had been texting me all week, alternating between apologies and threats. She wanted me to fix this somehow, to contact Elena and explain that it was all a misunderstanding. She couldn't seem to grasp that there was no going back. The final text came on Sunday night. You're a monster. I hope you're happy with what you've done. I typed back a simple response. I'm not happy, Sarah. I'm satisfied. There's a difference. Then I blocked her number. You see, everyone spent so long convincing me I was weak that I started to believe it myself. But weakness and patience aren't the same thing. Neither are kindness and stupidity. Sarah wanted to play games with people's hearts and marriages. She wanted to mock the man who'd supported her for 15 years. She wanted to create a villain. Mission accomplished. I may have lost my wife, but I gained something much more valuable. The knowledge that I'm not the pathetic loser everyone thought I was. I'm the guy who ended 2 careers and broke up a marriage with nothing but the truth and perfect timing. Some people call that evil. I call it justice. And you know what? I sleep just fine at night.